Good morning and welcome to Viva Cafe con Leche. I am the badass Buddha, Dr. Lori Monaco, your authenticity teacher, speaker, and coach, your chiropractic physician, your fat eviction specialist, and soon to be author, and gonna sit in the likelihoods of Gladiator Guru, doing the author thing. And welcome to another beautiful episode of Viva Cafe con Leche.
Buenos dias, good morning. Your energy is like, whoo.
I know, and I didn't even have coffee yet.
Very contagious. Buenos dias, mi gente. Aquí con la Margarita, your Gladiator Guru. I am your spiritual and creative healing life coach, which I love. I am your author of a very near and dear to my heart book, Soul Searching for Peace, a book of tears shed in print. Watch out, the audio book is soon to be out. I am your wedding officiant, your notary. I am your organic. What is it that I want to say? Your organic witch, your sacred healer. I am magically orgasmic. So welcome and good morning to Viva Cafe con Leche.
Good morning, and we already have people jumping on. Good morning. We have, let's see, Luis Sanchez. Good morning, ladies. Lillian Maldonado. Good morning, queens. Ana Laura Ayala.
Ana Laura.
Buenos dias. And Bridget, we haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. So happy you're here with that beautiful, beautiful smile. Oh my God, she's so toothy. I always wanted a big toothy, like when I smile, it looks like piano keys. You know what I'm saying? Like white piano keys. Like wow. You know, I always wanted. She's got that beautiful bright smile.
My son is the same. My son is the same way. I tell him I love his Colgate smile. That's what Bridget has.
Smile.
It's a Colgate smile. Not everybody's that lucky, Bridget. No matter how much whitening you put in it. So that's good. Yeah, good morning, everybody. I love that Luis Sanchez. Arlene Gonzalez. So I have two very old friends that are busy with life and building their empire, which is Ana Laura and Arlene. So thank you for coming on this morning. Michelle Houston, we got to get together. The badass Buddha and I are figuring something out. We haven't forgotten you.
Have not.
To tell you, my eczema broke out really bad. All on my face is still there, but I finally, Iritza, who isn't on yet, finally gave me some eczema cream with steroids, which is the only thing that can help me. But my face looked like a red tomato. So, no, we are not looking like a fruit/vegetable. So I have the steroids on, no makeup, but I have to think healing before beauty. And if I can't say I'm beautiful this way, then what the fuck am I doing? Right? So buenos dias. And our topic today is
pray, meditate, and love. No, we didn't steal it from them. Okay, maybe a little bit.
No. It's just the order in how it's just how the universe goes, how life goes. We want something, we pray. We want to listen to the answers or to the direction, we meditate. And in tune, we love our higher power and we love ourselves for following the laws of the universe and falling into balance with who we really are. But we can't do one without the other. And that's what we are discussing today.
Oh, Iritza was on. Iritza says she was on. We didn't see you. Oh, because Iritza's going on. Oh, Iritza.
YouTube. Yay!
YouTube. That's why. So here, sorry, Gladiator Guru. So here's the deal, you guys. If sometimes when you just pop on, if you pop on Facebook, we can watch you, it'll tell us that you popped on our phone. But if you don't say anything, then we don't know that you're there unless we're looking at our phone. And if you're coming off YouTube, we don't see you at all. So we're going to encourage everybody that when you do come on, that you say good morning.
Buenos dias.
Good morning, ladies, whatever you want to say, so that we could shout out to you and say good morning. So we've got a lot on here. We've got Arlene Gonzalez. Good morning. We have Editza. We have Michelle. Good morning. Tiffany Bryan had said that. We also have Deb Wojtek is watching. Good morning, Deb. And
Janet.
Janet's there.
Little Miguel.
I got a lot of people to type.
She looks just like my dad, so we'll call her Little Miguel.
In the house. Good morning, Annika.
Okay, I just want to plug something in for all the dedicated viewers. Tonight at 7 on YouTube, though, not Facebook. So my YouTube is Moments con Margarita. I will be doing a wonderful live video with my AAA team. So I will be interviewing regarding classroom learning versus virtual learning and the different perspectives from a senior, an 8th grader, and a 5th grader. And the AAA team, who are they, may you ask? They are Anaya, Argenis Jr., and Azaya, which are my 3 grandkids. So they're super excited to be on a live with their abuela, and they're just going to share from their perspective what are the pros and cons of being home, learning, the distractions around them. Or like one of my grandsons was like, fuck this shit, I'm going to school. So he's the one. The other 2 are virtual learners. And I think that that it'll be good. It'll help parents try to understand from a child's view what they feel learning from home and how difficult it is with minimal teacher interaction, and going to school and following the structure. So I think it's imperative that you allow your children to decide to some point of safety, because it's going to benefit them in the long run. And that's it. So 7 o'clock, Moments con Margarita, YouTube. Sign in and let's listen to my grandbabies be amazing. That's it.
And that's actually a really, really good topic, especially hearing it from their perspective. You know, I'm coming from a parent perspective whose children are full-time distance learners. You know, my senior in high school, she's also the same age as your granddaughter. So my senior in high school did the first part of the year at school until they shut it down. And then she never went back. She didn't feel the need to. Because she also has a couple of online classes. So either way, she only had 3 in-house classes. But my youngest one, my 2nd grader, has been homeschooled, you know, or distance learning since September. She hasn't wanted to go back. It's been a juggle to get her stuff done and my stuff done, working from home full time and running my business myself. So it's been challenging, and we hear perspectives from parents, and I hear it from clients all the time who've been balancing working from home and their kids being home. But it's really cool to hear it from a kid's perspective, because some kids really wanted to go back to school. Some kids were some kids said, nah, not interested. And it's going to be cool to hear the different perspectives. So that's really cool. So plug it one more time. Where are you going to be?
7 p.m. tonight, YouTube live, Moments con Margarita. Kimberly, you're already a member. Also, mi gente, for Kimberly, Lewis, Iritza, thank you so much for joining us on YouTube, because we need the traction there. And for those who aren't subscribed to our YouTube channel, Viva Cafe con Leche, please do so today. Because let's grow together. You know, we all have something we could put in. Diana Babel, good morning, prima. Oh my God, I'm loving today. So 7 p.m. tonight, Moments con Margarita, live on YouTube with my AAA team. So let's get this started, because today
I love that you call them that. That is so cute that you call them your AAA team.
Anaya, Argenis, and Azaya. And Anaya and Argenis are siblings, and that from my daughter, and Azaya is from my son. So I thought it was amazing they all named them with the A.
Oh, yeah.
The A for I am. I am. That's how I look at them. So yes.
That's a nice way to look at it. I'm trying to catch up on saying good morning to people on the comments. We've got a lot of people coming on, which is absolutely fabulous. And speaking of YouTube, we have gone up. We are now almost at the 50 mark.
Oh, Maron, we should be at the 500 mark, because that's how amazing we and all our viewers are. Because, you know, it's a package deal. So while you're saying good morning, I'm going to talk about café con leche.
Yes.
Café con leche continues to be my need, my passion, and desire. The smooth silkiness caressing my palate and massaging my spirit for an awakening of smiles, of genuine desires of a day filled with opportunities and get up and go. Café con leche is the peace after my prayer and the answer after my stillness. It is my morning love. I think that's what I wrote about café con leche.
And unfortunately, we're not drinking con leche.
No, I know.
So we are back on the next phase of our eating plan, right? So Gladiator Guru and I have another team Wednesday night. I got a group coming on for the fat eviction program. And so, yeah, that's one of the things that you kind of have to give up in the 6-week period is the dairy products to help relieve inflammation, which is a real key component to a lot of health issues. But also, when you have excess inflammation, it makes you feel like crap. I mean, that's the bottom line. So it is a trade-off. So today it's just Viva Cafe. You know, that's what it is. Viva Cafe. Con monk fruit? I don't know. Do you have any?
Mine is monk fruit. So you understand now, mi gente, that there's no silkiness caressing my palate. There's no strong desires going down into my core, giving me the courage to rise above it all. It's just coffee. So yeah. So buenos dias. I have the mantra. So remember, today's topic is pray, meditate, love.
Yes. Pray, meditate, love. And one other thing before we get into the intention, remember why we do the show. We do the show because this is our passion and our purpose. Our passion and purpose is to make sure that we take what we know, our knowledge, our insight, and get any guest on here that has all knowledge and insight and share it with all of you to inspire you to make a better version of yourself, to step into your greatness, to understand how amazing you are as you, to be you and be yourself and be authentic and just go out unapologetically courageous into the world so that we can all change the world. Right? We change ourselves and then we can change the world because it sucks out there. We're not doing too well. So we need to step up. So in that, don't ever forget that for some, it's not easy to do that. Okay. It's really not easy to do. And so if you need additional support, never forget, Gladiator Guru and I are coaches. And we do it a little bit differently, but in the end, it's the same. And so, you know, I do individual and group coaching, and I believe Gladiator Guru right now, you just do individual coaching. But either way, if you need assistance in anything, it never hurts to set up a 30-minute free consultation with either of us. And, you know, we have it. If you need it, just say, hey, I want to talk to either one of you. And by the way, now it is in our description of our videos. There is a link to either set up a 30-minute consultation with Gladiator Guru or set it up with me. Okay. So yes, we're plugging ourselves because this is our show. God damn it. So, you know, we can do that. But seriously, like we have coaches. She's my coach. I'm her coach. I have a business coach. Gladiator Guru's had other coaches before, because we are not perfect. We don't know all the answers, so we always need guidance.
Well, you know, we can't, like in anything, it's hard for us to really help ourselves. We also need someone to be that lighthouse for us. So although we may be phenomenal in assisting everyone around us, we may be in turmoil. It doesn't mean we're less of a coach. It just means where's that beacon of light somewhere? Everybody needs a lighthouse. Liza Tuck's in the house. Buenos dias, Liza. So I think that goes across the board. Just because you do, sometimes we need also the same thing that we are providing. So,
and Alicia Marulanda, good morning. And she says, perfect topic. Sign me up. All right. We got to sign up. So look, I got my Love It shirt on today. Love it.
Nice.
I should have told. Oh, you didn't probably bring yours.
No, I didn't. I brought limited clothing because remember I went from Florida to Las Vegas and then I came here. I said, I'll get some stuff here. and I haven't even been out shopping. But who's first? You or I?
Me, I am. I'm like really army wavy today. So I can't seem to get enough of moving my arms. All right, so here we go. So the intention we're going to set for today, based on the fact that we're going to talk about pray, meditate, love. The intention for today is to look inward when I see no answer outward. My intention today is to look inward when I see no answer outward. Therefore, I always have an answer.
Yes.
To look inward when I see no answers outward. Therefore, I always have an answer.
Mm-hmm. It's called inquire within. My mantra is sort of similar, and I love it. It says, as above, so below. As within, so without. As the universe, so the soul, which means feed your spirit.
Yep. Good. Good morning, Cheyenne. Cheyenne Barros is on, and Linda McBee. Good morning. This is fabulous. I'm seeing a lot of new names this morning, and this is great. We are very happy to see new people, and of course, our tribe. I mean, our regular tribe is just absolutely fabulous and very supportive of one another. So remember, tribe, you are not just here to listen and be inspired. You are here to inspire others. So remember to share your insight and knowledge with the tribe as well. If something comes up that resonates with you, mention it. If it brings up something, make sure that you share it. Oh, and before we get started, let's do this. Okay. We got a couple of things going on here. So yesterday we got on Clubhouse for the first time. So Mondays 4 to 5. If you have an iPhone and you have Clubhouse, look for Viva Cafe con Leche. Thursday's show, Gladiator Guru is going to be traveling. She'll be in Texas. So we are going to have a special guest host sub for, and it'll be Francia Rodriguez. So we'll be very excited about Francia coming in. And next Tuesday, 100th episode.
Yay!
Our 100th episode. And we planned something pretty special. We have a professional comedian, a professional Latina comedian coming on, Sandra Valls. And if you get a chance,
look her up. Write her
Sandra
name.
Valls. Yep. Sandr. Actually, I think I have it in here.
Let it scroll. Let it scroll, baby girl.
Wait, let me look for it. Okay, there we go. So Sandra Valls is coming on. She is a Mexican comedian, and she is absolutely freaking funny. And she also is a very spiritual individual. So she is like totally perfect for this show. Fabulous insight she's going to bring to us. So this is going to be a big celebration on Tuesday. Oh, well, as far as just making sure that we are like partying. And Gladiator Guru will be broadcasting from Texas, which actually is where Sandra lives, is in Texas as well. So we have very special episode coming up, and we're going to do something very special for our year anniversary, which is coming up in May. And
so yes, so our 100th episode, and that's amazing. We didn't skip a beat. So, dedication and commitment, mi gente. That's all it takes to follow your dreams and see it through. And do what you love, and the money will follow. It hasn't happened yet, but it's coming, because that's what we put out to the universe. It's coming. And I think it's priceless when we want to come up here twice a week out of our time and do this and have an amazing following and be able to touch people's hearts and assist them in directing their day by allowing whatever they woke up with to dissipate and just fill themselves with the joy that only they can do.
Adam Wall. Good morning, Adam Wall. And Adam Wall says, hello, a new watcher. Yay. Good morning, Adam. And we love when the guys come on, because the guys really add a lot to the conversation. And those of you that are new to us, we have a lot of guys come on as guests too, because they add a lot, right? And Liza Tuck says, yes, the money will follow. See, right now, Liza, the money's a little far behind. Every so often there's some fog there. So I'm like looking back going, where the F is it? Like where, and then all of a sudden I'll see it and then it'll fog away. So we're at the point where it's almost catching up. It's almost.
Yeah. And Kimberly said, sorry, she's late. She has some stuff at work. Kimberly, we are so honored that you carve out time in your work day, actually, to come on the show. So thank you for that. And Lewis says 420. But there was someone said something. I can't get it now. Oh, Kimberly says that Sandra's hilarious, that she loves her. She's seen her stand up. So that's confirmation.
She's great. She's awesome. She's awesome people in general. And and that's not going to be the last time we have her on the show, because she's got so much to add, not just in a comedic perspective. Just we fell in love with her when we were on the phone with her. So
very spiritual.
Okay. All right, let's get going.
So all right, on prayer, I'll do mine, then you do yours of what you got, or we just fill in through the prayer. What is prayer? What is praying? What do you do? A lot of people don't do it because they say they don't know how to do it right. Prayer is simply a conversation with you, with me, and my God, and whatever you decide to call him, a higher power, the universe, her. It's totally up to you as long as you pray. So what is prayer? Prayer is a conversation. You speak to him as you would yourself, your reflection in the mirror. That's when it's authentic. That's when it's genuine. And that's when it reaches beyond the stars. When you're original with it, when you're authentic, and when it's coming from your soul. So if you pray every evening or night before bed to God, the universe, a higher power, with a specific and detailed conversation, because this is what prayer is. Father God, please help me. I always do that because, you know me, I always think I know everything. So I'm like, Father God, please help me, because, you know, my mind is going all over the place. And this is what I think I need and want. And I need you to direct me. Am I on the right path? If not, lead, show me. You lead, I will follow. Father God, I surrender because I want to live my best purposeful life. And that is how I pray. I pray for clarity and direction, because although I may seem the all-knowing, when it comes to making big decisions, I don't do it unless I've prayed, until I allow myself to seek guidance from my higher power, so that when I keep seeing the signs where 1 is a coincidence, 2, 3 is confirmation, then I'm like, oh, okay, Father God, you were listening, let's do this. And that's when I do things. So you just got to fill in the blank for whatever. And I never pray for money. I pray to be guided into what I was born to be. I pray I'm that little seed that has yet to be placed in the dirt, buried in the darkness, for me to come out to what I was created to be. So that's how I ask for guidance. So if prayer every night, every evening, every night before you go to bed, put it out there, specific and detailed as you want. Don't say, oh, Father God, I need a job, and that's it. No, you got to ask for specifics, because he's going to get you a job cleaning somebody's toilet because you asked for a job. So don't get mad at God.
Grateful. And then you have to, because that's the way anything works, whether it's you're speaking to a God or a higher power of the universe, whatever you ask for, if you are not specific enough, you will get exactly what you ask for. But it's not, you know, it's, well, you said this, you want money, here it is. Okay, but I kind of wanted it over here, or wanted it for this. And people say, oh, you shouldn't be that specific. You shouldn't say that when you're doing in a prayer.
I think people are stupid when they do that. What you shouldn't ask for is money, because money is vanity. Yes, we need it. We need it to survive. But if you learn to do what it is you're passionate about, what you're passionate about leads you to be phenomenal in doing and cultivating and creating. Therefore, you're a master of it, and the money will flow. So I'm not going to tell anybody how to pray. That's your business. That's between you and your God. I never pray for money. But the thing is with that is I've never been really without. I might not have money for things I think I need at the moment, but when things are needed to be paid, fixed, it appears. So it's up to really you how you do it. I don't specifically pray for money. I pray for God to guide me on his purpose. Why was I brought to this world? I'm here for a reason. So then how do you get your answers, badass? Tell them how the meditating piece comes in.
Doc Hardy, good morning. We also have Travis D. Giovanni. Oh boy. And I'm Italian, Travis. I apologize for this. D. Giovanni. I got to say it. Di Giovanantonio. That is a mouthful. Boy, when you learned how to spell that when you were a kid, oh my God, how long did that take you?
I can't see him.
But that is a fabulous name. He's on Facebook. He just popped up on my phone. Giovan Antonio. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's going to be my next one. It's going to be behind Bolahala. I'm going to get Travis's name down to the core. So, all right. So with meditation, they're the same, but they're not the same. And I'll tell you, coming from an individual, I am a very spiritual individual. And this is a conversation that Gladiator Guru and I plan to have on another show. Why the Badass Buddha, why Gladiator Guru, where those names came from and how we, rule our lives, I suppose. But prayer has always made me uncomfortable because I felt a little hypocritical because it wasn't regular enough. But it depends on how you define it. So and I know this from just teaching enough mindfulness workshops, whether it's to lay people or even corporate, or even just when I was working with students, just in my regular anatomy classes, we would have conversations about this. So prayer makes people uncomfortable who are not particularly religious. Meditation makes people who are religious uncomfortable, because some religions say that you're not supposed to be meditating. So I started to think about this for a long time. And so I went home one day and I really started to say, prayer, meditation, what's similar about them? What's different about them? And then you made a statement. So I'll continue what I'm going to say, but I want you to say that statement that has resonated with me, Gladiator Guru, about what you said about prayer and meditation. So what was the statement that you made, which actually created this conversation in the first place?
Well, when you pray, you're asking. So you're the only thing you're doing there is you're praying and you're asking, Father God, please help me, please direct me, please show me the way, tell me what I'm supposed to do. So in order for you to receive the answer to those prayers, you have to sit down and meditate to receive. So you're giving up of your time at this moment. You're giving up time. Time doesn't exist. You're sitting down and you're trying to go inward and you're trying like hell to stop those thoughts from dancing in the forefront of your mind. Focus on the stain on your ceiling. We all have one. And you sit there and you just give up your time so that you may receive the answers to your prayers. So in order to have the meditation serve you and your prayer work for you, you have to do both. So every evening, if you set out a prayer, this is how I do it. Every evening, if you set out a prayer, then in the morning, first thing, I always say my gratitudes 3 times for the Holy Trinity. I say, thank you, thank you, thank you, Father God. And in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's how I do it, because that's how grateful I am with everything I've been through my life, that I can still be here and never have gotten angry with God. So, and I sit there and I'm like, okay, I'm ready. And I sit there and I try to feel what it is that I'm being told. Now, it's not magic at that part. And it's not on our time. So just because you prayed the night before doesn't mean you're going to get the answers the next. So what Erica says, say it again for the people in the back, Margarita. I often say a prayer before I meditate. That's the only way it works. And let me tell you something. I've always known that. And I got confirmation that I was always on the right path. And that's why I finally decided to bring it out, is because when I was in the Red Rock Canyon, our driver, who was studying to be a priest, had an out-of-body experience in the spiritual. Talked a lot about karma and exactly repeat. And I said, why are you telling me this? He says, I felt like I needed to share it with you. And I said, thank you. Because that was confirmation that as I've been doing it, and before I preached it to people, that right there was an answered prayer. What can I teach beyond what I'm teaching? And this is it. So every evening you pray to God. Prayer. Don't let the word prayer intimidate you. Have a conversation. There's books out there. I own them all. Conversations with God. That's all it is. Don't feel like a hypocrite. all of his disciples were either thieves and drunks and murderers. Moses, I mean, go in the Bible and read the people that he chose. They were just like us, human. We will fail, but not in his eyes. So have a conversation, include him in your life, and then meditate. Give him your time. Show him that the same way that he is important for you to ask, that you will give him your time to receive. That's what prayer meditation is.
So there's a few things that came up, which interesting. So let me go back to it. There's one in particular. So first off, I want to mention that Iritza is our top fan, by the way. She has that designation. So congratulations, Iritza. She's posting stuff. You could see it says top fan, which is fantastic. And she says, my mom thinks meditation and Buddha is not a god. So
they're not a god. She's absolutely right.
but here's the thing, that it doesn't matter who you pray to, or you don't pray to anybody. In the end, and if you're not big on prayer, if you say, I don't want to do prayer, I can do meditation, it doesn't matter. In the end, this is how they're both similar. They're similar in that, or they're the same in that they allow you to connect to something greater than you are. So if you're going to say meditation, you connect to the universe, you connect to the earth. Okay. Do those exist? Yes, we know those exist. So you're just connecting. Meditation lets you look inward for the answers. Like Gladiator Guru was saying, that prayer you ask, and then meditation you receive. And there was Crystal, I think it was Crystal Pagan. Let me see who said it. So Crystal Pagan. So good morning, Crystal. That's a new
morning.
Crystal.
That's my sister-in-law.
Oh, cool. So she says, yes, people say God didn't answer their prayers, but they didn't listen for the answer. So what happens is, whether it's you're praying to a God or just meditating, manifesting, bringing things towards you, if you are not open to receiving the information, then you will always come from a mindset of lack. You will always say, that didn't happen. I asked for this, blah, blah, blah. I ask for this all the time. I ask for this all the time. I pray for this all the time. And it's always somebody else's fault. When the things are right in front of you. And, prayer is meant really more of a guidance. What I like to do is, I actually like to have a conversation. I like to have a conversation with my higher power. I don't sit and at night go and pray every night. I speak whenever I feel like it during the day.
I speak to him all day. Sometimes when I mess up, I'm like, Father God, I can't talk to you right now because I just did a big oops. I'll talk to you later. That's my relationship with him. I'm not even lying. Yeah, I'm like, oh shit, you saw what I did? I don't want to talk to you right now.
That's me too. Me too. And I'll have a conversation, or I'll say, like, if something happens, I'll say, thank you for that. Even if it's a bad thing, thank you for that. I hear what you're trying to tell me. And it seems that when I am more open that way and connected that way, better things flow, things flow and better things happen. It's when I get into my own head that I close off. And so this is that receiving piece. When I close off and I'm like, why this, why that, pity me, lots of stuff going on, it becomes overwhelming. If I do not take the moment to stop and breathe or meditate. So we're going to get into the meditation piece now. That if I don't reground myself, it will just compound as the day goes. And if I don't reset myself before I go to bed at night and talk about what I'm grateful for, I could talk about what I'm grateful for even during the day when it's getting really bad. But if I don't take that time, it will move into the next day because I'm not free of that. I didn't let it go, or I thought I let it go, but it really was still sort of bubbling in there. So meditation, there's a lot of people that don't like meditation because they number one, they've never learned meditation correctly. So Dr. Joe Dispenza says there's no wrong meditation. Like most people sit and they go, I got to meditate and I've got to sit, I can't sit still and I can't clear my mind. That is one type of meditation that is called transcendental meditation. It is very difficult to do. You have to be very well trained to be able to do it. Yet for years, that's all everybody ever taught. And I know this because I have been around meditators since I was 19 years old. So I've been around this stuff for a really, really long time. And I'm 51, so you could do the math.
I've never have been.
Oh God, I've been.
I never have been. And my meditation and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's
Yes,
good though. It's good to hear
yes,
it from both. It's good to hear it from both. You've been around it. I've always felt like I've had this insight because I'm very spiritual. So I've been smoking cigars and lighting candles from a very young age. So I'm very spiritual in that sense where I always felt the connection. And even through my molestation and my rape and my heartbreak and the death of my father, the death of my husband, and recently the death of my mom, I've never said, why, God? Why are you doing this to me? Why am I going through this? I'm like, okay, I know you think I'm a badass, but enough with the assignments already. That's how I talk.
I thought I was the badass. I thought you were the guru.
So, I mean, it's beautiful. Either way that you are going to learn it, maybe we all have it in us, but even if you're going to learn it, which I'm going to start doing my yoga and meditation when I get back to Tampa, I deserve to treat myself to that in the mornings. They have it outside at a park, and I'm going to do that. And hopefully I can transcend to higher heights with that. That's what because all we want to do is grow. But absolutely, go ahead, Badass Buddha. Talk to me. Talk to me.
So Travis was saying nobody gets his name for the first time. I'm going to keep practicing, Travis. I'm going to tell you that right now.
See. What is it? What is it?
Travis
Di Giovanni Antonio.
I think I got it.
Di Giovanni Antonio. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
So, and I was saying that. So, I'll keep practicing.
It really is up to you, mi gente. You got to put the prayer out. Don't be mad. Like, don't be mad at what happens when you don't pay your bills and your shit gets cut off. Don't be mad when you want to walk in the street, bump into somebody and don't say, excuse me, and then somebody does it to you. Don't be upset at what you're not putting into it. So just like prayer, when you have conversations with God, you gotta go inside a box if you have to when you're going to pray so that you're focused. And then when you meditate, you clear your space. You can do it. Sit on the damn toilet for 15 minutes and meditate. You don't need a yoga mat and yoga pants and a headband and sit there with incense and no, meditation can be done anywhere you are willing to focus on it.
This is look at what Liza wrote. This is very interesting, and this is true. A Buddhist monk once said he gains nothing from meditation, but guess what? I lost fear, anxiety, hate, depression, and sadness.
Boom, I love that.
And I love that too, Liza, because we are so fearful sometimes of loss in general. You know, like, and like, we even play around with the terms. Like I have a program. It's a weight loss program. It's based on it's marketed through chiropractors, which I am. And it's a chiropractic program called Chirothin Weight Loss Program. Do you know I've gone on a networking programs or networking, things, and they're like, oh, you really shouldn't say weight loss. Why? First of all, I didn't make that. That's their brand. So why should I say that? Oh, because when people lose things, they want to find them. That's why they gain weight back. That's not why they gain weight back. They gain weight back because they don't want to, after the 6-week program, they want to eat the fucking donut again. That's why. It has nothing to do with the name weight loss. Listen, I want to lose things and never find them again. There's certain things in my life that I have lost throughout, kicked away, never to return. And I'm fine with that. So when we have to view loss as a next chapter, and if you're thinking of meditation in that way, that is beautiful, because, okay, I'm not gaining anything from this meditation, really. Maybe you lost the fear to step forward. Maybe you've lost or maybe what was lost was insight. And without you realizing it, you did find it. So the actual thing with meditation is, it's just with anything. If we're looking to find, we don't always see it, and therefore we say we didn't find it. If we're looking to lose, we don't always notice that we did, and therefore we think that we did not lose. If you are a better individual with meditation, you've gained. So getting back to what I was saying was that meditation, there are so many different ways to meditate, and it could be as simple as, like Gladiator Guru said, you could be sitting on the toilet and just closing your eyes and breathing. Although maybe in the bathroom on the toilet is not the best place to be breathing, but that's on you. So but it's just sitting still. Do it for 2 minutes. Do it for 5 minutes. Don't do it for 10, 15 half hour, start simple. Do 2 minutes. Put your feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes. Meditation is about being still and about going within. And if you cannot focus your attention, then focus on a body part. So that's called a focus meditation, where you just sit quietly and you focus on your lips, for instance. I know it sounds funny, but if you put all your attention and you feel your lips without feeling your lips, you will actually feel your lips, and you will put all your attention there. Or you could say, I'm going to put my hands on my lap and I'm going to focus my attention to my hands on my lap, and you feel the hands on your lap. Before you know it, you're not thinking about anything else. Do it for 2 minutes, 5 minutes, just that breath. And then ask or say, I am ready to receive. The other reason that people are fearful of receiving, because they're afraid that anything's going to come in. And that's one of the pieces that I have heard from people who are very religious.
Yep.
They don't like meditation because it's going to let the devil in. It's going to let the bad spirits
in.
But
I think that would be chanting. But I think they confuse that with chanting. See, I don't chant because I'm very spiritual and I know there's spirits that surround us. So I don't do the chanting when I meditate. And some people do. And that's where the religious people think it's evil, because we are not human. We are spirit living in a human world. And when we finally decide to accept that fact, then we would know that along with the spiritual and the God and the meditation and the peace comes the negative, because life is yin yang. There's good and positive. So I agree with that. So go ahead.
See, what I disagree is I don't believe that chanting can open you up to that. It's you are a conduit. You are in control.
No, you're not. Not unless you are solidified in your spiritual grace, and you can feel what's coming, because in the spiritual world is nothing of control like your human world. My mother was a mediator. There was spirit. So how about this, Laura? Because I am in tune with both the human and the spiritual world, that's my truth. And then what you're saying is your truth, because I'm not here to point anybody else wrong. I know what I've experienced spiritually. And chanting to me does open doors. It's like that white noise on the TV that people think is just white noise, but it's not. So go ahead.
Luis Sanchez says, never say I can't. That's right. Let's read some of these. This is great. I was insecure and I don't want it again. Editha said, right. And Editha, it's just when I think a lot of people are really, they're against prayer. They're against meditation, because in the end, when you connect, you have to step into yourself. You have to own yourself. That means you have to own every part of you, your flaws, the positive pieces. And while people could say, well, the positive pieces, why wouldn't anybody want to own that? Well, if you feel really low about yourself, even owning your positive is uncomfortable for people. And when you're coming from a spiritual place, when you're talking about God, no matter who you are loved, period. Right. So it doesn't matter how bad you are or how bad you believe yourself to be, you are loved. And that's the other piece that we haven't gotten to yet. Pray and meditation in the end is all the same, because it centers around love. It is opening yourself up to love. It's opening your heart up to love. It's opening your spirit up to love. It's creating a connection between the universe and the ground. And when you are that conduit right there, then it flows out. So just like Gladiator Guru said earlier, it comes down and then it flows outward. The irony is that my chiropractic school, that was actually their symbol. Their symbol was from above, within, and out. Because we believe that the same thing. It's like certain chiropractic philosophy says that your body is perfectly made. We're the ones on the outside that mess it up. We keep it here, but it's also coming from universal intelligence, right? So
that's like my mantra. Your chiropractic learnings was like the mantra today: as above, so below; as within, so without. So it's just like as above, so within.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Above, down. It's actually, they say above, down, within, out.
Yeah, that's what today's thing was. I found that in
that school. That's
I love that.
I went to that school because it was so much more philosophical based. Although the irony is I didn't really appreciate the philosophy when I was there as much as I did as I got older, you know. But again, that had to do with who I was for years, very stuck, very unwilling to receive, because I didn't understand my own power and I let other people dictate. And then I decided to say, okay, that was not enough. Well, I didn't decide. It became my higher power crunched down on me into a low place in my life and made me decide, what did I want more? Did I want to live? Did I not want to live? Did I want to live in the same crap that I was in? Or did I want to actually step into my greatness and do what I was always meant to do? Which I've always felt that. That's the irony of it. I always felt that there was something bigger and better for me. And this is, I don't know if I've ever shared this story, but when we look back at our lives and we think about, this is how important what you say is. Okay. When we look back at things that have happened in our life, and we're actually going to encourage you to do that today. Think back to things that have happened where you have asked for something and you actually got it, but you might not have realized that you got it. So at that time,
like you in school.
That
was the seed prepping you for what was to come in your life.
Well, absolutely. So this is interesting. So when I was in my first marriage, which was a miserable marriage, by the way, I was trying to sustain a household in an hour and a half away, take over a practice. So I was up in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and I was traveling down to Lexington, South Carolina, an hour and a half drive to purchase a practice. So I was trying to get myself into the practice as an associate and then purchase the practice, and time was running out. I was trying to figure out how to come up with the money for the practice, how to juggle everything back and forth. Meanwhile, I was not happy in my marriage. I wanted it to end anyway. And he and I were supposed to go into the practice together. I was burning the candle on both ends. I was miserable. And in the end, I wasn't doing anything that I wanted. I did not want to buy the practice. I knew it was way too much money. I just wasn't happy. And I got to a point where I was just like, I was doing all the work. My husband didn't do anything. He didn't work. He didn't want to work. Well, he worked. He worked at women. That's what he worked at. So that was his job. So all the time I'm busting my ass, he's doing his own thing, playing around, right? So it got to a point where I said, I can't do this anymore. So I came home to Connecticut, had a conversation with my sister, and I said, I'm finally done. She goes, thank God we were waiting. Like, we couldn't wait for you to say that. So I said, I'm going to go down and I'm going to tell him. So when I went down, he wasn't feeling well. He was always either sick or something. So I said, okay, fine, whatever. Now I'm thinking in my head, I didn't tell him. I said to him, I had said to him before, I think this is too much. This was months earlier. I think we're making a mistake taking this on. We can't get a loan. They're asking us to get like people to back up the loan, like my parents. I don't want to ask them to do that. And he was hardcore. No, we got to freaking do this. You got to do this, pushing me. So I came back and I said, I don't think this is a good idea. And he was all mad. He's like, do whatever the heck we do. I don't care, whatever, but this is not going to be a good idea. We need to do this. But I don't care. I'm not feeling that well. You do whatever you want. And I love when they throw that at you because they don't want any responsibility for it. And for a while, I used to hate that. I used to be like, I don't want the responsibility. Screw that. I love taking the responsibility on because that's my choice and I stand by it. So all night I prayed. I'm like, I want to do this. Please give me a sign. Please give me a sign. I'm a sign person. Please give me a sign. I do not want to go through with this. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I knew what to do, but I said I didn't know what to do. Give me a sign. I get up in the morning real early, start heading on the highway, driving down the hour and a half drive to go where I need to go. It's raining. I'm driving. I got my cruise control on, doing about 75 because that's the speed limit down there. All of a sudden, I hit a puddle. My car spins around 3 times, then shoots across the median because the cruise control was on to the other side of the highway, spins another whole time, and I stop facing the oncoming traffic. So I was, let's say, going southbound. I landed on the northbound side facing southbound. I was facing the wrong direction. I put myself together. I hit nobody. I hit nothing.
Amazing.
I pulled my car to the side. People pulled over. They were like waving their window, put their window, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I caught my breath for a second and I said, "I hear you loud and clear. If that wasn't telling me, I stopped in the wrong direction. Do you understand? Like that was right there in my face. You are going in the wrong direction. Pulled back around, walked into the house. He goes, "What are you doing back?" I says, "It's done. I'm not doing this. We're not buying the practice." At that point, he was like, okay. And he wasn't feeling good. This is what happened. I'm going to say it really quickly. Within 3 weeks of that decision, 3 weeks. Okay. I had to call the lady. I've never liked confrontation. Call the lady and say, "I'm not buying your practice." She's crying and yelling at me at the same time on the phone. She set up a meeting with me in person to try to get me to do something. Nope. I stood my guard. 2 weeks later, my then husband gets a diagnosis of brain cancer and he gets 3 months to live. And he dies 3 months to the day of that diagnosis. I would have been stuck with a practice that I couldn't run myself, debt up to my eyeballs. And that is when I realized, and I have to remind myself all the time of how powerful it is when we ask and when we open ourselves to receiving the information. Because most of the time the signs are there. Sometimes they're subtle, sometimes they're in your face like that, but they're there. And that is why it's important to pray, to meditate, and to open ourselves up to love, not just to receive it, but also to put it out there to other people.
Yep.
And I'm talking.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that, because a lot of people don't pay attention to the signs and then wonder, where was God? And he's like, "I'm right here." Like, you're not listening. Wake the hell up, right? So, but thank you for sharing that, because that is powerful. And when we share, like I shared about the spirituality and about the chanting, I think that different strokes for different folks. And I think that especially I can speak on this. Alicia said, because our family is so spiritually grounded and connected to the spiritual world, whether it be the good spirits or not, I've had my share. And I have a tremendous, fierce ancestry following it, spirituality. But that right there, 3 months it was. So that right there is confirmation, like for the rest of your life, Mija.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And the irony is the failure to, and I'm actually glad this came up. I'm glad I said that. I don't say that story that often, but I need to remind myself of the power of asking for stuff. And like Gladiator Guru said right in the beginning, be specific. Because, and listen, if you are a sign person like me, and there's a lot of people that are sign people, even people who won't admit they're sign people, they love signs. Ask for the sign. And, be specific in the sign.
It'll be a billboard. It'll be a license plate. It'll be a fucking cheeseburger commercial where somebody says something that's going to be like, what? And that epiphany is going to happen. You got to put in the work. When you apply for a job online, you put your resume, it's still up to you to call every couple days or twice a week to say, "Hey, just calling. I sent in my resume." You still got to put in the work. So do it for yourself, because it takes us to the third one, love, that says love is not an outside job. It must first be lived with honor and trust for God, the universe, your higher power, in order for you to love yourself. So prayer, meditation, amor. It's all about mindset and it's all about you. So don't use that word love so lightly if you can't apply it to you every day of your fucking life.
Amen, sister. And special shout out to Nan. Good morning, Nan. We're so happy that you're here. And how are you feeling today? Everybody send love to Nan. Nan has had a real challenge. So we want to send loving, positive energy to Nan so that she gets better and she is out and about. Carmen Nieves is in the house. Good morning, Carmen. Carmen will be on the show on Thursday. So we are so thrilled to have Carmen. And Carmen says, sending love and dedicated the song to today's show, Shackles by Mary Mary.
Oh, yes. we'll listen to it. But I also want to send a shout out, Maritza Figueroa. Thank you for coming on. And
Yes.
my cousin Eileen Zayas with a song, my little cousin Alicia. Thank you, younger generation, for showing up today on this show, because you know what? It's all about prayer, meditation, and love, fits all ages. So take it and run with it and learn from it and value it at all ages.
And you know, with regard to what we're saying today, it's the bottom line is this: whatever fits best in your practice, whether it's prayer or meditation or both, do it with an open heart and lots of love. Be willing to receive, but also be willing to give. But give yourself that time, nourish your spirit, because that's the bottom line. Whether it's prayer or meditation, you are nourishing your spirit. And a lot of us go through every single day not nourishing that spirit, because either we don't quite understand it, or we're sort of a little fearful of the spirit, or we say, oh, it's too associated with religious. It's not. This is how you know your spirit needs nourishing, is when you say to yourself, I'm exhausted. I'm mentally and emotionally exhausted. I'm so tired. I can't do this anymore. I don't feel connected. If you feel depressed, nourish.
That's your best time. The best. I was just going to say that, trust the process of healing. No one needs to know what you're going through, what you need to do. It doesn't matter if you're broken, if you don't have no shoes, if you're out in the street, or if you live in a mansion. God is there at every stage of our lives. Higher power, universe. I'm not worrying about offending anybody. I talk about my God. How you want to take it is totally up to you, but I'm not gonna sway from what I do. But you know what? Go to him. I go to him at every stage of my life, whether I'm having a tangent, what is that called? What kids have a tantrum, and all I'm doing is talking like a salty sailor. I plead to him, because you know what? He accepts me for who I am at every stage in my life. And it's up to me to reach out and say, Father God, please help me, because right now I'm stuck, I'm mad, I'm sick, I'm doing whatever it is. So you don't have to be at the right place in your life to reach out. Pray, meditate. So you ask and you give so you can receive, and then you love everything about the life you have.
Yes, even if it's not perfect. First of all, there's no perfect.
Who is perfect? Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. But even if it's not where you want to be, for me, I had to start over at almost 46.
But what is that? What is that, Lori? I'm not where I want to be. If you're not where you want to be, that's because you have no direction. And how can you get direction unless you pray to a higher power?
And that means that I didn't have it going the way. Again, this is the irony of it too. And I know we're coming on the end here, but the irony is that even with those moments of clarity that I realized how powerful I was, I still didn't believe how powerful I was. Because if that were the case, and I made that choice, and my life opened, because as far as I was concerned, my life opened up for me after my first husband passed away. Yet I chose only to step out into my life very minimally. And then once I got into another relationship, then I closed off myself again. And the thing is that it took me to hit to almost 46, my rock bottom place, to finally say,
to grow.
Okay, that's not what happened. Everything happens for a reason, but that was not fully me. I didn't fully play in my life. I wasn't fully willing to take responsibility.
You weren't participating, right?
That's right. Totally. And so now, yes, you have to fix what you created. So if you didn't create a great, financially, if you didn't create a great life for yourself, if like career wise, business wise, even with children, if your kids were grown, you're like, man, I really messed that up. You work to better yourself and to show the world that you are a different person, including children. Now, is it going to be received by every single person and they're going to come with open arms? Not necessarily, but everything is fixable to a certain point, but you are fixable. That's the end. And all you're going to do is move forward and create the life that you want to have. So I can't look back and say over the last 20 years and go, what did I do? Like, my God, this is just, I have to start over and this is where I am and blah, blah, blah. I just have to say, no, this is where I am. And where do I want to be? And what do I need to do today to get to where I want to be? Rather than focusing, because you never know, there's nothing guaranteed. I've had friends that have had everything. Their home, like fabulous home, fabulous this, and then fabulous relationship. And then all of a sudden, the husband died out of the blue, or the wife got sick and died. I mean, and it's just, or something happens that they didn't expect. And so it can be taken away very rapidly from us. But in the end, we are still who we are. And so what we choose to do going forward. So if you choose to meditate or pray, keep both into perspective in that it's coming from bringing in love and putting out love.
Absolutely. We're not going to be perfect. If you follow your passions, if you follow where your purpose goes, then everything else is just everything else. When you want to take on everything and be Captain Save-A-Hole, then you're going to throw boulders and the volcanoes are going to erupt and lava's going to block the roads. If you focus, my little cousin wrote, prayer and my faith has kept me strong, finding myself this year to heal, be at peace, dig deep and become my true self. For once to be selfish and do what I truly want. Hashtag self-love. Absolutely. People want to say you're selfish. People want to say whatever. Who gives a shit? Well, people don't live your life. Heal. Because Lord, the badass Buddha and I were talking yesterday about the circle of life. You're born to die. It's what you do with your life and how you magnify it and how you are of service to others and have it ricochet back into peace for yourself.
All right. So that brings us to the end of our program today. And we really appreciate, we did get started a little bit late. So we love that you indulge us to go over past the 9 o'clock mark. So thank you so much. Thank you to all the new people that came on today, and spread. We just take a look. If you're on Facebook, you'll see our events. You'll see what's coming up. We post about a month in. We're going to actually be posting even further in so you can see. Look at our old videos, because we've had such great content over this almost a year. It's going to be a year in May. And again, Thursday, Gladiator Guru. We will miss you, Gladiator Guru, but you have an amazing time in Texas. But we'll see you on Tuesday's 100th episode. So we will be blessed by Francia Rodriguez as you're replacing you. Not replacing you.
Nobody can. Yeah, we're not even saying that because I almost didn't get nobody, because my take on this is I don't want nobody filling in for me. I am who I am. Who I am is who I am. But we're going to have a guest. And I said, you know what? We're going to do this. And that's how it's playing out. And unfortunately, the reason why I can't be on, because I'll roll in the toilet bowl. I'll be sitting on the toilet bowl rolling. So, but I am literally in the ear at that hour. So that's why I cannot be present in view, but I'll be present in spirit. So have a good time. And then I'll see you all on Tuesday morning.
Right. So I'll show you that one. So there we go. Our Thursday show is Do Your Feet Hurt? Are You an Angel Not Used to Walking? With Carmen Nieves. And we're going to be talking about people who just give, who are angels on earth. That's what we're going to be talking about. And our special guest co-host, Francia Rodriguez. And then for Tuesday's show, again, our 100th episode with our special professional comedian guest, Sandra Valls, will be coming on. And so remember, everybody, just if you want to connect with us, set up a free consultation at any time. Just reach out to us in the description section of both videos, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. It's in there and has our links. And just like, share, spread the love, spread the word. We are in the clubhouse now on Mondays, 4 to 5. And first, second Friday of every month, 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. on Blog Talk Radio on Viva Moms After Dark. So, and is that it, Gladiator Guru? Are we ready to go?
I just want to tell mi gente, I love you, Zoar, Shanna Barrows, Alicia, Petey, Michelle, Adam, Maritza, all our tribe. Thank you for coming on today. Thank you for participating. Thank you for gaining something out of this, because we like to speak on what we need reminding of. So it benefits all of us at the same time at different levels. And that's all okay. And with that,
from the Badass Buddha, remember, be you, be real, and be extraordinary.
And from the Gladiator Guru, remember, breathe in the beauty and breathe out the bullshit. Namaste.
Namaste, everyone.